Have you ever lost something that meant everything to you? Not just an object, not just money, not just time, but a person, a dream, a relationship, a season of life you loved, something you prayed for, something you believed in, something you thought would last forever. And when it was taken away, it felt like a part of you went with it. You smiled on the outside, but inside you were asking, God, why did you let this happen? Why did you take something I loved? Why does it hurt this much? Maybe you never said it out loud, but your heart did. And now you wonder, will anything good ever come again? Let me tell you something gently. God never takes without purpose, and He never removes without intention. What you lost was not wasted, and what you lost is not the end of your story. Sometimes God allows loss not to break you, but to prepare you. If you are listening to this right now, it is not by accident. This message is for hearts that have been wounded, for people who tried their best, for people who gave their all, for people who trusted deeply and still lost something precious. The Bible tells us in Joel, I will restore to you the years that were taken from you. Not maybe, not sometimes, I will. That is a promise. God is not blind to your pain. He saw every tear, He heard every prayer, He felt every silent heartbreak. You were never alone in it. Sometimes we think loss means God has left us, but often it means God is leading us. Think about Joseph. He was betrayed by his brothers, sold as a slave, falsely accused, put in prison. He lost his family, his freedom, his comfort, his youth. Years were taken from him, but God did not forget him. In time, Joseph became a leader, a provider, a blessing to many. What he lost was replaced, not in the same form, but in a greater way. And the same God who restored Joseph is working in your life too. Sometimes God removes what is good so He can give you what is better. You may not understand that now, because pain makes us focus on what's gone. But faith teaches us to look at what's coming. Some things you lost were holding you back. Some relationships were draining you. Some doors were limiting you. Some dreams were too small for what God planned. You couldn't see it then, but God could. So He closed a chapter, not to hurt you, but to grow you. Let's be honest, losing something hurts. Even when you trust God, even when you pray, even when you believe, it still hurts. You miss what was, you replay memories, you wonder what if, and sometimes you blame yourself. If only I had tried harder. If only I had spoken sooner. If only I had known. But listen carefully. You did the best you could with what you knew then. God does not judge you for your past. He redeems it. Loss often teaches us things comfort never could. It teaches us strength. It teaches us patience. It teaches us dependence on God. Before loss, we lean on people. After loss, we lean on God. And that changes everything. Psalm says, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. Not distant, not silent, close. When you cried at night, He was there. When you felt empty, He was there. When you felt forgotten, He was there. You may not have felt Him, but He never left. Sometimes replacement takes time. We want quick healing, quick answers, quick blessings. But God works in seasons. Seeds do not grow overnight, trees do not rise in a day, and neither do restored hearts. God heals slowly, gently, with care, so you don't break again. Think of a broken bone. If it heals too fast, it heals wrong. So God allows time, so you heal strong. What God is preparing for you requires a healed heart, not a wounded one, not a bitter one, not a fearful one, a healed one. That's why this season feels slow. It's not delay, it's design. You might be thinking, but I loved what I lost. Yes, and God knows. He gave you that love. He allowed that season. It was real. It mattered. It was meaningful. Not everything that ends was fake. Some things were beautiful. They just weren't permanent. Ecclesiastes says there is a time for everything, a time to hold, a time to release, a time to gain, a time to lose, and every time has purpose. Some people were lessons, some were blessings, some were both, and all were part of your growth. Now let's talk about replacement. God does not always replace with the same thing. He replaces with what you truly need. You lost a relationship, He gives you peace. You lost friends, He gives you wisdom. You lost confidence, He gives you faith. You lost direction, He gives you purpose. You lost hope, He gives you Himself. And nothing is greater than that. Sometimes replacement comes in forms you didn't expect. A new opportunity, a new calling, a new mindset, a new strength, even a new version of you, stronger, kinder, more aware, more faithful. The you after loss is not weak, it is refined. Fire does not destroy gold, it reveals it. And loss is fire. It reveals who you truly are. You are still here. You are still believing. You are still trying. That means God is not finished. Let me say that again. God is not finished with you. If He was done, you wouldn't still be breathing. You wouldn't still be hoping. You wouldn't still be listening. Your story is still being written. You may not see the replacement yet. That doesn't mean it's not coming. Farmers plant seeds before they see crops. Faith works the same way. Trust first. See later. Right now, God is aligning things. People, places, opportunities, moments, all quietly coming together. You think nothing is happening, but heaven is busy. Romans says all things work together for good. Not some things, all things. Even loss, even heartbreak, even disappointment, all of it. Nothing is wasted. Nothing. One day, you will look back and understand. You will say, if I hadn't lost that, I wouldn't have found this. If I hadn't cried then, I wouldn't be strong now. If that hadn't ended, this wouldn't have begun. And you will thank God, not for the pain, but for the purpose. So if you are hurting right now, hold on. If you feel empty, trust Him. If you feel afraid to hope again, let God hold your heart. He is gentle. He will not replace your loss with something that hurts you again. He is careful with His children. Isaiah says, those who trust in the Lord will renew their strength. Renew, not replace with weakness, replace with strength. You are being renewed, day by day, quietly, surely, faithfully. Your loss did not disqualify you. It prepared you. Your tears did not defeat you. They watered your future. Your brokenness did not end you. It shaped you. God is replacing what you lost with peace, with wisdom, with purpose, with joy, with deeper faith, and with blessings that will not leave. So don't give up. Don't close your heart. Don't stop believing. What is coming will be worth the waiting. What is coming will be better than what left. What is coming will heal what was broken. Because God does not take to destroy, He takes to restore, and He is faithful, always.